historic day for India, 4th of January 2001, when Tejas made its maiden flight. I was actually very fortunate to be part of that team which of this challenge, and the initial days, right from end of '99, there was a great deal of excitement when a lot of tests started on the actual aircraft, starting with the ground runs, low power ground runs, high power ground runs, followed by taxis, low speed taxis, then high speed taxis. And I think by end of 2000, everybody was very confident that the aircraft was safe enough to take up into the air. There was a great deal of excitement. There was a great deal of pressure too, because there were a lot of skeptics who were questioning whether it was safe, whether it was the aircraft was really ready. And with an aircraft like Tejas, which is really state of the art. I mean, the most of technologies which are being touched upon on that aircraft we were doing for the first time. Scientists had no real background experience on working on any other aircraft project, and everybody was really working very hard for this aircraft to be ready and go up into the air. And I think at that point the program management took a decision that yes, it was safe to fly. And I remember there was great deal of discussions, meetings, and when the schedule for the first flight was finalized, all contingencies for all failures, all types of emergencies were discussed, and we had a clear-cut plan how to handle with those emergencies. And yes, the final day, the 4th January, was made even more exciting because of presence of the then Defence Minister as well as the Chief of Air Staff. And but I think the test crew was very focused. We were just too busy with our own things and preparations, and giving the final touches that it really didn't bother. And we walked to the aircraft. There were two Mirages. The Chief of Air Staff was flying in the second Mirage, and Wing Commander Nambiar himself, we were in the first Chase Mirage. And the Mirage took off first. We made a circle around. We call it a pickup orbit. And then when we were in position, we cleared the NCA to take off. And then from that moment onwards, I think every eye in that airfield was on that aircraft, the little white aircraft rolling down the runway. And then the final moment came when the aircraft really gracefully lifted off. And it was an amazing moment, I think, for the Indian aviation, and it really realized the dream of hundreds and thousands of scientists and people who had worked day in, day out over the years to make that moment happen. And it really felt so proud at that moment. I mean, we've flown so many other aircraft, but when it is your own aircraft and comes up in the air, really, that kind of feeling, it's difficult to explain. And we joined up with that aircraft, and to see that aircraft, actually up in the air, so close, and with with Commander Kotiar flying, we could really actually see his face, and it was amazing. And it's so crystal clear in my memory that that flight, when we saw the aircraft fly around, and then finally we chased it till it touched down back on the ground. I think that really gave a boost to the entire design team, every scientist, because they could really, have faith in themselves, wherein they could really say that they could design an aircraft, make it fly, and recover it safely. And that really gave a boost to the entire program and the confidence to go ahead and take the next step, because till then I think everybody had put a lot of fear, and everybody was under a lot of scrutiny. But from that moment, I think there was no looking back. So I think first flight of a prototype is really a momentous day. "100 years of aviation," a little more than that. You travel around the world and see the museums, whether in Russia, France, UK, or say USA, and see the number of aircraft those countries have designed. The museums are full of aircraft which actually flew. They were tested but actually never went into production. For every probably 10 designs, only one aircraft actually went into production. And with that kind of development, the technologies which those nations acquired, and today they are able to produce aircraft which are in their respective services. A country like India, which did not really have any aircraft program since the days of Marut, that was more than 45 years before LCA. Starting on the LCA program was actually first time for most of the people. Okay. Everybody was fresh with no real design background experience. And the aircraft was not something simple. It was real, state-of-the-art fly-by-wire aircraft, full-class cockpit, and the works the way Air Force wanted it, with real latest weapon systems integrated. So it was a real big challenge, and everybody made small mistakes, learned from their own mistakes. There was nobody to really guide, and everything was possible because of a very close-knit team, a team of flight test pilots, test engineers, designers, and workmen. And everybody worked very, very closely, took small steps, and that is what gave, when the first flight took place and the first initial technology demonstration phase got over. By the end of it, that really gave everybody a huge amount of confidence to go ahead and go through the certification, go through and the production, and that is what is the real story, wherein we see that more than 3,000 flights have been flown, safe flights have been happened. The aircraft has gone through the certification, gone into production, and today you see it flying in the Indian Air Force colors. And that really speaks a great deal about the entire team who have been involved in the development of this aircraft. And for a nation like this, just remember, you have to take this step someday. You cannot acquire technologies, you cannot acquire confidence unless you do it, unless you move ahead, take small steps and move ahead. You see our space program, and I think the equally important is the program like LCA, wherein it has really succeeded, and it has been real hard work from hundreds and thousands of our designers, engineers, and the workmen who have really toiled very, very hard to make this happen. And that is how we will move ahead. I mean, from this program, it gives us the confidence to move to the next program, and that should never stop. Just remember, this is just one program. World over, nations have designed hundreds of aircraft, and that is why they are there, what they are doing today. Of course, I feel this is the only aircraft which has been built entirely as per the Indian Air Force requirements. Every design aspect has been for fulfilling the Indian Air Force requirements. Okay. And if you see the aircraft which is flying today, the serial production aircraft, it is really different from the aircraft which flew probably 17 years ago. Okay. The entire hardware, flight control system, the avionics has been upgraded to the contemporary designs. A lot of things have been changed to meet up to cater for the newer weapons that the Air Force is flying today. And there's been a constant review of the entire design aspects with the Air Force very closely monitoring every part of the design and development. So today I think the aircraft has really come up to meet the Indian Air Force requirements. Okay. Yes, there is some more amount of testing to take place, but that will keep happening the entire lifespan of the aircraft. There will be probably in a few years we'll have some more upgrades. The next series of aircraft will be probably much more capable, they'll have newer capabilities. But the aircraft today which is entered service definitely meets the requirements which Air Force had laid down, and that is why Air Force has accepted. There will be minor, small observations. There will be some more improvements over the years, and the aircraft today, if you see, it's a multi-role aircraft in true sense. It can deliver air-to-ground weapons. It has good air-to-air weapon systems. You have a good radar. You have a good range, and the aircraft performs pretty well with the initial operation clearance. Air Force is also exploiting the capabilities of Tejas. Maybe there will be small changes, small requirements, and but that's a continuous process. And because the aircraft is our own design, at any time we can modify the design, we can upgrade, we can do small changes to the aircraft, and that will keep happening. And I truly believe that the aircraft will fulfill the expectations that Air Force has from this aircraft.